friends, Josh Swatsell here with Class Land and Auction. We're out in the community today, and I'm here with my friend E.J. Swatsell, owner and operator of Back Porch Antiques in Greenville, Tennessee. And we're going to just ask him a few questions that will hopefully help you when it comes to buying stuff at auctions, especially antiques. So, E.J., as an antique dealer, what do you consider your area of expertise?
Well, as an antique store owner and as a dealer in that realm, I kind of have to be pretty well rounded in all aspects because I have a store full of all kinds of different things. But I focus in late 18th, early 19th, mid 19th century primitives. I also like mid-century, mid-20th century Americana, as well as automobilia, license plates, of course, advertising, soda collectibles, Petroliana, things like that. I study quite a bit on things related to the Appalachian region, those sorts of history, Appalachian artists. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades. There are things that I know a little bit more about than others, but I try to know a little bit about everything.
All right. So when it comes to auctions, you're like me, you've grown up around them and understand it, but what advice would you give to someone who is a dealer or want to become a dealer of antiques? When it comes to the auctions, though, what advice would you give when it comes to buy or looking to buy stuff for resale?
Well, I love working auctions, for resale. I like to be there. Some points of advice in my time I don't mind to share with you. Do your research ahead of time. If there are preview options, go by and preview. Know your comps, your comparables, what something sells for before you go. And already have done the math in your head of what you need your profit margin to be. And be disciplined in that area. Go to your max bid and don't go over, otherwise you're tapping into your profit. Auctions are really easy, and my auctioneer friend might not want me to tell you this, but auctioneers are pretty easy to get emotionally attached to, and as a reseller you have to stay disciplined. Also, other things that you just kind of need to be on your toes. Sometimes things get added to auctions that you might not have seen before, or something that you missed, and you just need to kind of know your stuff so that you can jump on those opportunities if they arise. And there, of course, is a learning curve. Another piece of advice that I would offer you is don't overlook the box lots. Lots of times their box lots sell fairly cheaply, but there are some treasures that maybe might go unnoticed by others. So play your cards right there, and there's profit potential.
What about someone's just buying to add to their personal collection, not necessarily to resell?
Well, I kind of fall in both of those categories, and my rule of thumb is if I'm buying it to resell, then I have to buy it to leave myself some meat on the bone. I have to buy it for profit. But if I'm buying for my personal collection, kind of go till I run out of money. It's one of those things that if I want it, then I'll spend more to get it because I'm not concerned in making money with it.
I know you do buying online and at live auctions, but when it comes to buying online compared to being in person, what are some pros and cons you've run into?
I'd much rather buy in person because I can lay hands on what it is that I'm buying. I have made the mistake before of buying online in an online auction, and the piece will look like it's this big, and then when you get it in the mail, it's this big, and they're just it's easy to get wrapped up in that. And there's also oftentimes on online auctions there are a lot of hidden fees, a lot of small writing if you're not careful. Local auction companies aren't as bad as some of the more national ones, but they'll be quick to tell you. Some of those auction companies will say, hey, you got 2 days to pick it up, and then by the time that you get it bought, you realize it's in Washington State. So you have to be careful with. Now there are positives to online auctions too. You have access to things that you might not otherwise have access to. So you just have to kind of weigh out your pros and cons. Always keep an eye on shipping and what it's going to cost to get you the piece. Keep an eye on buyers' premiums, on the extras that it will cost you on an online auction to buy. Some auction companies thankfully don't do that. Some do, and I understand both ways. You know, a business has to be profitable.
Mm-hmm.
But as a reseller, you have to kind of know it's easy. If you spend, if you go to an auction, and I've seen some with buyer's premiums and credit card fees, which is your only way of paying, those will add up to close to 25 to 27%. So when you buy something for $100, it turns into 125 really quick. So if you're working off a 25% profit margin and you plan on 100%, or you plan on $100, then you've just lost every bit of your profit.
Mm.
So just be mindful of those sorts of things.
Yeah. So as I've walked around your store, there's tons of different things. I mean, there's something for everybody, literally.
I agree.
But in today's market, what do you suggest customers look for?
If you're looking for the reseller market, if you're looking to buy to resell, mid-century modern is pretty hot. Things like Pyrex dishes, Blendo sets, good primitive furniture is hot. If you can find it at a good deal, grab it. There's profit margin there. The unique items, sometimes you have to kind of take a gamble on those, but the unique items that you might see in the bottom of a box lot somewhere, you might be able to place on a national market or worldwide market and realize a much bigger profit. I have stories of that over and over and over, that I've had the opportunity to buy box lots and find something I didn't even know was in there, and it'd be worth a lot of money. So just be on your toes and know the market. You can make money at about anything if you become an expert at it. So become an expert, and it's yours for the taking.
Yeah. Any other advice you give to buyers, sellers, or just collectors?
Come see us here at the Back Porch Antiques, and I'd be glad to show you around our store, show you some of the things that I've bought and some of the things that I think are doing well in today's market. We have what I call the loafer's corner, so come by and, for lack of better terminology, sit a spell.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for your time. I'll put the address and hours in the description for here at Back Porch Antiques. And be sure and check out auctionzip.com and use area code 37745 to see when our next class land and auction sales coming up. We hope to see you there. Again, thank you, Jay.
You're welcome, sir.